bonds give a lot higher return than fixed deposits. However, we don't understand bonds a lot. As a result, we resist investing into bonds. So let's demystify bonds today. So today we'll try and understand the basics of bonds, the way I evaluate them for my investments, and let's see if we can try to help you make a decision. We'll take the example of one of the bonds that's coming up for release on Monday. I use a platform called Vint Wealth, which I have mentioned in previous videos also. However, this is not a sponsored video. I like the platform, I use it. So the company which is issuing the bond is called Spandana Spoorthy. Just as a disclaimer, I have worked in the microfinance industry for one of the largest microfinance companies of India till few years back as their CTO, and I am aware of the industry. This is not an original issue. It came up 2 months back. The board had approved 80 crore rupees to be raised, out of which the first tranche was 80 crores, 50 crores, and the next was supposed to be 30 crores. Out of 50, the first issue was actually 35 crores and got sold out pretty quickly. Now the remaining 30 crore is coming for issuance again in the second tranche. Now, since 2 months have passed, there is some interest which has already been accrued on those bonds, and now you will get the accrued interest. As a result, you are gonna pay a little premium. Coming to fundamentals of the company, during pandemic, the villages were all shut down and no money could be collected corresponding to the loans. Then there were moratoriums given by the government, and then the entire 1 year, 1.5 year was chaotic for the entire industry. The post-moratorium period saw rise of NPAs because a lot of people lost their livelihoods. They could not repay the loans. So all that took a while to stabilize. If you look at the fundamentals of the company, as of March 22, the GNPAs of the company stood at 17.75%, which seem alarming. Note that there was also a management rejig happening and there were some issues around that, which have been all sorted out now. So as of June 23, the GNPAs have been brought down to 1.6%, 1.65%, which is fantastic. And the net NPAs as of June 23 are 0.5%, which is absolutely fantastic. So great job done by the new management. Coming to the business model itself, microfinance loans are not backed by any collateral like a property paper or a vehicle paper. The guarantee is at village level, where the village says that we will take care of each other. So if someone is having a hard time, the onus is on the entire group of people in that village who are taking loans from the industry and rescue each other. It's called EWI, or a weekly installment. So people help each other when there is a problem. If someone defaults, then the entire village typically stops getting a new loan. So anyone who's defaulting, they affect the entire village. Now, any person who has defaulted, their credit bureau score carries that mark, and they are not able to raise money any further as a loan, which affects their future potential to make money. So what happens is most people try and gather money from somewhere and they repay their loan ultimately, which removes the mark against their credit bureau score. So as a result, the NPAs also are recovered over time to some extent. Spandana Spoorthy has just approved raising another 65 crore rupees as of yesterday at 10.75% interest rate. The bond duration would be 34 months and 22 days. If you want, you could wait for that, but I don't know when it will come. The interest rates are going to be somewhere similar. My answer is no. Not because if it's a bad issue or something, or it's a riskier issue. I have already invested significant amount in the previous tranche, which came a couple of months back. So I don't want to invest again in this new tranche because I prefer to diversify my risk by investing smaller amounts in multiple issues. Should you be investing? It's your prerogative, it's your money, it is your decision. However, let me tell you that the NPAs in this industry are pretty low. The money is raised at around 10-11% in general, and the loans are given out at 20% per annum kind of interest rates, which gives a gross cushion of around 8 to 9%, which is significant enough to provide a cushion against any possible defaults. The defaults also happen only when the industry is going through a turbulent time like a pandemic or a demonetization. There were certain Aadhaar related changes where people could not use Aadhaar to kind of would take a loan. So these kind of macro problems affect the industry for 6 months, 1 year time. So every 3 years, 4 years, there could be an issue of this sort. But the industry is resilient. It comes out of these issues, and the gross NPAs, net NPAs again rebound to roughly 0.5%, which is the standard for microfinance and among the lowest in the industry.